Hello folks. In this video, we are going to learn about tables in HTML. So tables in HTML is a structured element used to provide tabular data. It organizes data based on rows and columns. So there are many places where tables are very useful. For example, you are already having an app and now you want all the users to be listed in a table. You can do that with the help of tables, where one column can have ID. Similarly, we can have DOB, maybe date of birth. Again, we can have like their emails is authenticated and stuff like that in the tables. So let's see tables in the code. So I've already opened VS Code for you guys. And under that, I have opened index.html file, like the thing where we have used for the previous tutorials, right? So here is my index.html and it's running on port 5500. So let's start, guys. So first I'll write table and then we have table rows, first of all. Under table rows, we have table head, where first we can have a room or time. Next, we can have table head and then room one. Next, we can have table head, room two, and similarly, we can have table head and room three. Now, one more thing which we can do basically is we can write here h2 tag and then conference table, conference table. So the best way to learn something is to create something, right? So here we are going to build a conference table only with HTML, and I'll write few CSS if possible, like if required actually, because I haven't touched the CSS yet. So let's move ahead, right? So I'll create another TR, right? And now I'll provide table data. As you can see, we have first table, then table rows, table head, now another table rows, and based on that, I'll provide table data. So for first table data, as you can see, first table head is time. So here I'll provide 9 to 10:30 a.m. Right. And under table data, I'll write, so here this table data is representing room one. So under room one, we have, for example, workshop A. Similarly, under room two, we have workshop B. Similarly, we can have workshop C in room three. Right. Now let's see something in the browser. Right. So I'll open the browser and you see it's very like messy. It's looking actually messy. So let's start with the properties of table. So the first property which the table is having is border. So here is the border. I'll write one. So this value is in pixels. So border is 1 pixel. So now as you can see that the table has started to look better. Right. So as you can see, we have time, room one, room two, and room three. And similarly, the first time has like, for example, 9 to 10:30 a.m. There will be there will be workshop A in room one. Similarly, workshop B in two, and then workshop C in room three. Right. Now let's move ahead. I'll provide one more table rows where we have another table data, and the time here will be, for example, 11 to 12:30 p.m. Right. Now I'll write table data and between 11 to 12:30, for example, I want room 1 to have React coding classes going on. Another thing is like in the room 2, I want Node.js classes. Under room 3, okay, this is for room 1, this is for room 2, and this is for room 3. I want Nest.js classes, right? Now let's say in the code. As you can see, under 11 to 12:30 p.m., we have React in room 1, Node.js in room 2, and Nest.js in room 3. Right, let's create one more row, guys, because I want to show something to you. Right, now td, table data, and now I'll write 1 to 2, make it 30 p.m. Right, now td. Now here in room 1, I want workshop, for example, D, td, and under room 2 I want workshop, for example, E, and under room 3 I want workshop F, for example. Right, now let's see in the code. So as you can see, between 1 to 2:30 p.m., these are the things that are going to be in similar like in the specific rooms, right? Now, one thing to notice here is we can have another properties in the table. For example, I can provide a specific width to the table. For example, I'll provide this 400 pixels. And as you can see, the table should grow to 400 pixels. Okay, I'll try with, okay, it has already taken actually 500. Let's try with 500 pixels. Yeah. So as you can see, the table has taken 500 pixels, right? Now we have another property called align. So align has three properties, left, center, and right. I'll start with right. So as you can see, the table has completely moved to the right side of the web page, right? Now the left is by default, and I want the table to be in the center of my app. So here is my table, right? Let's increase width a bit more, 600 pixels. Right, now it's looking better. We have another property on the table, which is called cell spacing. Cell spacing. For example, here I'll write 20 pixels. So guys, what is cell spacing? So cell spacing is basically the spacing, like the outer part of the each cells, like there has spacing, right? Spacing of 20 pixels, right? Now we have another property called cell padding. Cell padding. I'll provide, for example, 10 pixels. Now you can see that cell padding basically represents the spacing inside each cell, and cell spacing is outside of the cells. For example, this is a cell, this is a cell, right? So these are the properties, these are the required, the main properties of table you'll need, or you may need actually, right? Another thing which I want to show you guys is, for example, I want React classes from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., right? So how can we do that? This should be merged actually, right? So let's see that how can we do that, right? So let's go on React. Now, here we have property called row span, row span, sorry, row span. And then, sorry for this, it has auto completed for me. Yeah, so row span will be 2. And now we have to remove this thing. For example, under 130, we had workshop D, right? So now we have to remove workshop D from here. So as you can see, this has got a bit more. Let's reduce this cell spacing to 10 pixels. Now it is looking better. Now we have React classes from 11 to 2:30 p.m. So this is the power of, how can I say, like the row span. This is the power of row span, right? Now we have another property called call span. Now, for example, I want React classes in both room 1 and room 2, for example. How can we do that? We have another property called call span. Here I'll write call span, I'll write 2, I'll remove Node.js, right? Workshop F has to be taken care of though. Workshop F. Now this is looking better. Now we are having React classes in both room 1 and room 2 between 11 to 2:30 p.m. So guys, this is pretty much it about the table. There's one more thing I would like to say. If you are enjoying the video, smash the like button and don't forget to hit the subscribe button as well. This is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video.